So I'll share. Good evening. So I'll share all the curriculum we're using throughout this training, so we can check the group and we see our schedule for the our curriculum for the training. So I will later share us a material after this class for.
Hello, sir. Please, your voice is a bit down. I can't hear you clear from my own end. I can't hear you clear, please, sir.
I say that. Are you hearing very clearly now? Hello. Are you hearing me very clearly now? And Edu.
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's still a bit down. It's still a bit down. I can hear you, but it's down.
Okay, what of now like this? Are you hearing me like this?
Yes, I can hear you sound and clear, sir.
Okay. I say that the curriculum we'll be using for the training, as we send to the group, we can download it and we see how it goes. So let's download it, all of us. So I will share my screen now so that we'll be seeing it together. Are you seeing my screen like this? Hello, are you seeing my screen like this?
Yeah.
You are seeing my screen, right?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay. So let's go throughout the curriculum and we start from where we from the beginning today. Okay. Data analysis curriculum. Where is this? So now from the material, the program is introducing us participating to essential concepts, tools, and technicals. So on data analysis. So today is our week 1 on data analysis. Last week you done about introduction to blockchain, whereby the tutor take you throughout the blockchain stuff. So today we want to start with data analysis. But before we get started, what is data analysis? Can someone tell me the definition of data analysis? Hello? Can you please tell me the definition of data analysis? Hello? Can you please tell me the definition of data analysis? I don't hear you. Please be audible. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Can you please tell me the definition of data analysis?
Data analysis involves me examining data, interpreting it, and discovering useful insights.
Anyone again? Anyone again?
So today we want to go through the definition of data analysis and importance of data analysis in various industry and the type of data we have, then introduction to big data and its 5 ifs and its 5 Bs. So After this training, I will share all this material I want to open. Okay. So data analysis. Data analysis is the process of examining, cleaning, transforming, modeling data to extract meaningful insights, drawing conclusion, and supporting decision making. So anything we are doing, let me just give you us a simple example on this. So if you are working with all these Igbo man that are selling parts without even any recording, without recording, you will be what? You'll be lost. You'll be in loss. There will not be a profit. Because if you are working through a month, you go and buy that, you go and buy goods without recording it. You sell goods without recording it. So many things will be lost during the process. So by putting it down, recording it, I buy this, I sell that. So by doing all this is the process of data analysis. The process of examining. After the end of the month, you go through the data, which of my goods is sell most, which of my good is not sell, which of the goods is on the market, which of them have sell out. So through all this, so you are examining your data. That is the process of examining data. So we have data cleaning. Now we have something called data wrangling. This data wrangling, if you go and scrape a data from website, so it might be a raw data, or you went to a school to collect the data, maybe through the data entry made some mistakes, so you can clean the data. Transforming the data means that if you are transforming a data, so maybe you are manipulating, maybe they give you quantity and the price to find the amount they sell the data. That is the transformation and data manipulation. Data modeling to extract meaningful insights. So all this process is known as what? Data analysis. To draw a conclusion and support decision making. So all this involves various techniques and methodology to interpret data from different sources, both structured and unstructured. We have a structured data. We'll talk about it later. So we have a structured data and we have unstructured data. So data analysis is doing with both structured and unstructured data. As a data analyst, you must work with these both data, both structured and unstructured. This is basic definition of data analysis. Now, let's continue. So, introduction to data analysis now. So, as a data analyst, you are on a journey to data analysis. You will need to think about all data that is being generated each day and that is available in organization. You can look into your schools, maybe secondary school or tertiary institution, and you just conclude that give me your student data, maybe their exam, test, and all that thing. So to generate and think each day, because as a data analyst, you need to be practicing every day. So on what you are going to do and to gain more insight in each data. So, for example, now today's entry business collecting and store massive amount of data that track the items. So this is a particular. If you have a big workshop, if you have a big store, so if you don't collect the data to track your business, your goods, so many goods will be damaged in the store. So that is the reason why I first use the example of being an Igbo man doing business without even track it. That analysis, Data collection is just like tracking of what? Of data inside the SOP. So this is data, this definition of data analysis. Now, as a retailer business should be able to use their various amount of data information in such a way that impact the including. This is the uses of data analysis in what? In a store. Tracking investor, identifying purchase habits. Without input data, you cannot know. Without the collection of data, you cannot know the goods that it says most and the goods that you still have on what without the goods you still have on market that you have not seen, you have not sales. Detecting user trade and pattern. So all this is very useful in data analysis process. Recommending purchase, determine price optimization. If a price of goods is high or low, through the data analysis you can know. Then identifying and stopping fraud. So with this data analysis, you can identify a fraud and you can stop a fraud. So this is the uses of data analysis. Now, so we are talking about data analysis. Data analysis. All of us know the definition of data itself. So we know that according to our computer science teacher from our primary school, they say that data is the raw facts that are yet to be processed. Yes. Then analysis of data is just what we have been discussing since morning. Data analysis exists to help us overcome the challenges and pinpoint optimizing assistance businesses in finding insights and uncover hidden values in throes of data through data storage. So this is the uses of data analysis. Okay. So if you go through this material very well, you will be able to. If you go through this material very well, you can ask questions through the journey. Now, I used to say that data analysis is not by making visualization. Visualization is part of data analysis journey, but it's not making visualization all the times. So we have many functions. We have many functions that can be used to visualize. This visualization method is just there for those who are not who cannot read data very well. That is the use of data visualization for them. But for we that we are into this community, students like us and data analysis, with the trend of the functions, we can know how it works. But for the holders one or for layman, we use data visualization for them to interpret what we are doing since. So that is the use of data visualization, or for an explanation that your shareholder or the chairman cannot read the data. So that is the use of data visualization and the use of data story. Now, overview of data analysis now. Before data can be used as a story, it must be run through a process that makes it usable in the story. Data analysis is the process of identifying, cleaning, transforming, modeling data into meaningful information. The data is so all this you can just read it by yourself and understand. Now, the process of data analysis focus on tasks of cleaning. That is our main focus of cleaning data, modeling data, visualization, and the concept of data analysis is important to business. So not be understate. To analyze data, we have some analytical parts in data which are divided into the following categories. We have descriptive, we have diagnostic, we have predictive, and we have cognitive. So what is descriptive analysis? Descriptive analysis help us answer the question about what has happened based on historical data. So what has happened past in a particular organization, descriptive analysis help us in that aspect. But this descriptive analysis is a technically summarized large semantic model to describe outcome of stakeholder. So that is the use of descriptive analysis. So to do this now, you need to develop something called key performance indicator (KPIs). So this strategy can help us to track the success or failure of the key objective. Metrics such as return investor (ROI) are used in many industries, and specialized metrics are developed to track performance in a specific industry. So this KPI is help us to track what have happened in previous in the previous. So this is the use of descriptive analysis is help us to what have happened based on historical data. And the main factor in historical data, what is helping us to do a descriptive analysis is our KPI, which is key performance indicator. So if you are working with descriptive analysis, we must use what we mean by KPI, so key performance indicator. Now again, we have diagnostic analysis. It helps us to answer questions about why event happen. Why is something happen? That is the diagnostic analysis. It's a technique supplies some descriptive analysis. Before something happens, something has occurred before this thing happens. Before this training happens, we have passed through some stages like applying. So all this application you have done is something called descriptive. And what is happening now is why this event happen. There is an aim. The foundation of this community app, Block Scholar Africa app. So before it's draw its conclusion to all this training. So conclusion. That's what happened is what you call descriptive analysis. And what is happening now that is aim come true is what they call diagnostic analysis. Now in diagnostic analysis, what you need is that and they used to find from descriptive analysis to discover the cause of this event. These performance indicators are further investigated. The KPI used, you first find your descriptive analysis. You now do a further investigation to discover why this event improve or become worse. So maybe through your analysis, you give your stakeholder some reason or some things, you give them some solution that will enhance their business to be more growth. Maybe after they follow your solution, some things comes down or improve. Maybe it become worse or improve. If it is become worse, you check that you still investigate so that the thing will be more improved, and if it become worse, you still investigate that why it is that this thing became worse. So you need to find solution to it. So this diagnostic have 3 steps. Number 1, identifying the anomalies in data. So this might be unaccepting change in metric or particular market. So this analysis maybe through it can be change of weather. Maybe you are doing old kunu, Nigeria people know kunu very well, or in the morning, and maybe during the Harmattan season, and some people under your counterfeit is meaning hot pack. So with this now, you see that the change rewards the market of kunu in the morning reward will come down because in the cold you cannot be drinking cold thing in the early morning. You need hot thing. That's what maybe even the analysis. Maybe during your presentation you made a mistake, so you fall to it. Then you need to correct yourself by investigating on that KPI, collecting data related to this analysis. You need to collect data before you what? Before you give your final conclusion. Then number 3, use statistical techniques. Statistical techniques we have like mean, media, mode, standard deviation. We have many other things under statistical techniques. We have the t-test and all the hypotheses, all the non-hypotheses and others. We have many of them to give your analysis to help the community where you belong. Another analysis we have predictive analysis. This helps us to answer the question about what will happen in the future. Like its name implies, predict. To predict something or to forecast something, we use predictive analysis. So this predictive analysis techniques use the historical data to identify the trend and determine if they like or occur. So what we have been doing is, so this predictive analysis we analyze that what will happen in the future. So this will happen, this will not happen, to forecast the future. So this is the use of predictive analysis. During the COVID-19 era, we see how the people predict and their prediction come to reality. This is the use of data analysis. The data analysis you can predict, so and it will come to the future. So we use many tools for prediction. We use techniques, variants of statistics and machine learning for our prediction. Machine learning in such as neural networking, deep learning, decision theory, we have regression also for prediction. This is all what we have for prediction. We still have many more of them. So the next one we have predictive analysis. This answer our question about which actions should we take to achieve our goal. So after we go through all this analysis and we have finally seen, we have produced this result to give our community. Now, I want to believe for this organization that in the next 2 or 3 years we have many like up to 10,000 applicants each year. So this is my prediction. If this prediction come, so we see that this is what will happen, that we have this. So to achieve our prediction, we need to use what we need to analyze. We need is to draw interference on what is to draw the conflict is to draw our interference from existing data and pattern to derive conclusion based on existing knowledge. So this is the definition of this is the short definition and explanation on all the following data. Now, example, by enabling reporting a data visualization, a retail business use descriptive analytics to look at a pattern of purchases from previous year to determine what product might be popular next year. So, like, let me use what can I use as an example? Please, can I continue? Hello.
Yes, can continue.
Okay. So this example now, maybe this year in your company, people buy cross anyway. I'm using this cross and this is what is many things outside here now. So the first one you did, maybe you spent 1 million naira and you are selling each pair at a rate of maybe 10,000 naira. So this now, as you are selling each at a rate of 10,000 naira, So in the following year, you tell your boss at the Oga, as in the data analysis for this company, I want us to do something that is more fashionable than this one. Even maybe you just spend 1.5 million on that. Oh, why do you say so? Because you see that this year that cross soup was sell most. Then maybe they attach a rubber in front of it and looks matured. People still rush it and buy more. So maybe this year, last year, so they bought about, let me say, 200 pieces, and this year the rush is the demand is high, so it's about seven 700 share. You see how it's improved from 200 share to 700 share. So the owner of the company will be very happy. This is the use of data analysis. So a company might look at supporting data to understand why a particular product was popular, and if the trend is still continuing, which will help to determine whether to continue stocking that product or not. So this is the current now. If you check, let me use an example for us. So you just check into maybe you are a data analyst in an hospital. You just check maybe most when you check the data 5 years ago, the most patients they have in their hospital, most of them are suffering of malaria. So as a data analyst, you have the ability to tell them that you tell the hospital owner that buy more malaria drugs into your pharmacy, so that people will not be going out to buy drugs. Maybe they are buying malaria drug of 10 pieces before, you can tell them to buy malaria drug of 30 pieces, and everything will finish before the end of the year. So because we are understanding their data. As a data analyst, you must understand data from the screen that how this data is going. I need to understand it. You must understand. That's the first thing. After giving you a data of any company, first examine that what is happening with this data, how this data is going. You need to examine. So after you examine, then you now draw your conclusion. You do your analysis. After your analysis, you draw your conclusion. After you draw your conclusion, then you do your data story to present for your bosses. So this data, how data analysis go. So now we have many roles in data and their uses. Telling a story with data is a journey that usually does start with you. In that in data, I'm talking about data. Is it only data analysis we have in data? No, we have many of them. We have data analysis, we have data scientist, we have data engineer, we have data miner, we have data entry. So, and I'll be saying this now. So, in the research class, such roles such as business analytics and business intelligence, we have business analysis, business data analysis, data engineer, data scientist, database administrator. So now let me start saying their uses. There is just a similar relationship between business analysis and data analysis. So all of you, as a data analysis, data engineer, data scientist, you will learn some basic tools together. Even data enter, you will learn some basic tools together. So these basic tools, after you learn it, let me usually discuss about data analysis and business analysis. So as a data analysis and business analyst, so you learn Excel, Power BI, so W. So after you learn it, so the different area you apply your knowledge to determine your area, your roles in data. Now, example now, as a data analyst, you are working with maybe the data you are working that's you are working with maybe you are working with a company, maybe an hospital. So in that hospital, they will call you data analyst. But as a data analyst, you are working maybe you are working in financial institution or financial something. In that regard, they will call you business analyst because you are applying your knowledge of data analysis in business aspect. And as that I'm working, I'm using my knowledge in what in data aspect. So that is the difference between data analysis and business analysis. Now, let's go through the material. Why some similarities exist between data analysis and business analysis? So the key differentiator between two roles is what they do in with data. I've explained it. What you are currently what you are doing with your data is what differentiates you from what? From analyst. So if you are currently working with data in a business aspect, you are a business analyst. If you are currently working with data in what in scientist area, we call like an hospital. So these are
As we already have engineers, as we already know that we have engineers in real life, so we have data analysis. We have data engineer also. The data platform that use include rational database. This rational database is just like SQL, Microsoft SQL. We have Oracle. We have MySQL. We have up to 4 database tools like that. We have data stream. As a data engineer, you must know how to use all these tools very well. So data scientists data scientists perform advanced analysis to extract value from data that can work far from descriptive analysis to predictive analysis. So to predictive analysis. So this is the use of data scientist. As I am now, before you can be a data analysis, before you can be a data scientist, you can pass through data analysis because the basic tools you need to start with is data analysis tools. So as a data scientist, what we do in data scientist is this discrete analysis evaluating data through EDA. The full meaning of EDA is exploratory data analysis. Then we build modeling in data science. As data scientists, we must know how to build a model. So this is the use of data scientists. So we have database administrator. This database administrator, their uses is that what they use SQL, as I said earlier. They use SQL, then they use
MySQL, or Oracle. They are using all these tools.
I cannot hear you, sir.
I network is not stable, so the stuff is going and coming. But I can see your screen now, sir.
Hello, are you hearing me now? Are you seeing my screen like this?
Yes, I can hear you now, sir.
Okay, are you seeing my screen? Are you seeing my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's continue. So I'm talking about database administrator. This database administrator, they are using SQL, MySQL Server. They are using Azure Data Service, and they are using Oracle. So all these, but some of these tools are paid, but the one that is free one is Microsoft SQL Server. It's a free tool to use. So these are the tools used by database administrator. So again, this is the whole of data. We still have many of them. So tasks for data analysis. As a data analysis, we have some tasks you need to be doing. So what is your task? What is your task as data analysis? So a data analyst is the one of several critical roles in an organization who help to uncover and make sense of information to keep the company balanced, so and operating effectively. So as data analysis, you must know how to reason very well to uncover and make sense of information to keep your company balanced. So as data analysis, you are the key factor of you are the backbone of your company. So now, this is a task for you as data analysis and organization. Now we now have the process of making data as a data analysis. We have preparing data, analyzing data, modeling data, managing data, and visualization. This visualization is the last aspect. So how to prepare data? This is what we are going to do next. Through this journey, we are going to prepare data, analyzing data, modeling data, manage data, and visualize data. We are going to touch each aspect of these five analysis. So after sending this material, you can go and read much about them because we still I will not talk much about it now. Now again, in our material, in our curriculum, we want to talk about. We have talked about what is data analysis. We have talked about data analysis in various industry. Now again, we want to talk about data, types of data. So types of data now, we have two types of data. we have two types of data. We have two types of data. We have structured data and we have unstructured data. So these two types of data is very essential. So what is structured data? Anyone with definition, can you tell me the definition of structured data? Anyone know the definition? What is an example? Just give me an example of structured data. Example of structured data. Hello. Example of structured data. Can you give me? No. Hello, are you hearing me?
We can hear you, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Okay. Example of structured data is like any data is in form of Excel format, like in form of table. Is an example of structured data. So if a data is in CSV file, it's also a structured data. Table, if you are recording, you are taking recording all what you have in your company or in your semi-company, like shop. So it's an example of structured data. So what of example of unstructured data? Semi-structured. Example of semi-structured data. So example of semi-structured data is XML data files. So extension markup language. We have JSON, JavaScript oriented notation. So we have NumPy. Social media like Facebook and others is an example of semi-structured data. HTML. So all of us know the full meaning of hypertext markup language. So it's an example of semi-structured data. Email message. Our Gmail message is an example of semi-structured data. So this is an example of semi-structured data. Again, we have example of unstructured data. Example of unstructured data is text documents, images, video, audio files. So all these are an example of unstructured data. Now, speech recording. Since audio is an unstructured data, speech recording is also an unstructured data. So William footage is an example of unstructured data. So we have many of them as an example of unstructured data. So I think we have noted the difference between data in structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data. So the last aspect we are going to talk about today is big data analyst and its 5 B's. What is big data analysis? In the role in data, we talk about many of data like data scientist, data analysis, system analytic, data engineer, and so on. So big data is one of them. Big data analysis is a process of examining large amount of data. In the sense that when you have a big data, so we have a good data, we call it a big data. So it's the process of examining large amount of data to uncover hidden pattern, correlation, and insight. So this is what it means about big data analysis. It's also a tool to we have many tools used in big data again. So we still have predictive maintenance. This the application we go in what in big data. We have predictive maintenance, customer segmentation, fraud detection, and supply chain optimization. So we have all this. Again, in big data, we have talked about the several types of big data like descriptive analysis, predictive analysis, and dynamic analysis. We have talked all about them. This big data. So in big data, the tools we use in big data is we have a tool called Spark. This Spark in my screen, Spark in Python. It's also an IDE for Python. We have NoSQL database, NoSQL database. We have data warehousing. We have Andos. This Andos is an open source distributed communicating framework that is widely used in big data process. It's one of the most used tools in big data. So there are many data analysis techniques. We have many data analysis techniques in big data like regression analysis. We have decision trees. Then we have clustering analysis. We have text analysis. So the 5 B's are volume, velocity, variety, and paracity and value. So this is the 5 B's in big data. Now let me start from volume. The large amount of structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data that are organized, connecting, and analyzing. So the characteristic of big data are 5 B's. Number 1, we have volume. Volume refers to the large amount of data that organized, collecting, and analyzing. This data can come from various sources, including social media, sensors, and transactional data, and many more. It can come from many of them. So this is the definition of volume. Is a big data. Volume big data refers to the large amount of data organizing, collecting, and analyzing data. So there is no way we want to talk about big data. We want to talk about data analysis. We need to talk about big data. And what is big data? We need to talk about collecting of data. When you are applying this training, you apply through your Gmail and through the Google link. So this is the process of collecting data. So we have primary collection and we have secondary collection. If you face the familiar like this is primary collection. What is your name? My name is Adeboye Brian. How old are you? I'm 10 years old. Which school are you going? I'm going to this school. So this is primary data. So another secondary level, you are going to online to search for my name and all that I did. That is secondary data collection. So we have velocity. Velocity is big data is generated at high speed. Anything velocity is like something like high speed. Yes, high speed, and it must be processed and analyzed. It must be processed and analyzed quickly to extract valuable insight. That is the velocity. Velocity, as we know velocity in our pieces, I know the definition of velocity. That is what velocity. Variety now is a big data comes to formats including structured, semi-structured, and unstructured. So this variety. We have veracity. Veracity is a big data must be accurate. Is what is a valid data. This veracity and value, as the name implies, value must be provided to organization, whether it's through improved decision making and increase efficiency, enhance customer experiences. So this value. So all this is the uses of what? This is the characteristics of big data. So before I continue, before we start for today, any question? Hello, any question?
No, sir, no question.
Nah. Any question?
No, sir, no question. No question.
No, sir. No, sir.
No question for
Any other question?
no, sir.
So now, inshallah, in our next class, we are going to introduce you to the tools we'll be using through this training. We'll be using Microsoft Excel. If you don't have it in your system, try to get it into your system. So we have Excel, Microsoft Excel. If you don't have Microsoft Excel, you can use your Google Sheet. So we have Python. So mainly Python to be have R language, then we have again we have SQL. SQL we're using Microsoft SQL. So these are our next class. And the next class is on Wednesday. Don't let us forget. So this time we will start from 8 o'clock. You know, the next class is a practical class. We'll be talking about
We cannot hear you, sir.